Hi and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to make a video about what's in bloom and what's in spike right now in my apartment here in Gothenburg, Sweden. I counted them to 19 orchids to be exact, half of them in flower and half of them in spike. So I think I will have to make an update in a couple of weeks, or perhaps it's going to be January when I make my next what's in bloom and spikes update. And yeah, I'm going to start with my little quite recently repotted Phalaenopsis hieroglyphicum handwritten tag, and it's from Hans Christiansen, Orchideengartneriet in Fredensborg in Denmark. I got it almost 3.5 years ago, I think it was, when my Orchid Society made a trip there, a day trip. So this one had a little bit of a setback after I, shall I say, converted it from sphagnum moss, pure sphagnum moss, always wet sphagnum moss, that is, or that was, into this mixture of sphagnum moss, perlite, and bark. And it showed on its leaves, its color here on the leaves, the patches. But and it dropped a few of its old spikes. But as you can see, this one always produces a mass blooming, so lovely blooms, with a little bit of frilliness on its lip here, and it's nicely scented as well. So this is a beautiful orchid to have, and I'm pleased with this one now, again. Yeah, and it's going to be in bloom for a long time. Yeah, it's a sequential bloomer. All right, and then I have this one, my Tolumnia. I showed you this one before. It's from Karge, and it's called Tolumnia Hybrid. Yeah, it doesn't have a name, but it's no ID. And yeah, it's a white one, and it's a large one. White one with brown, reddish spots on them. Yeah. All right. So, but this one is going to take quite a while to to open its buds. It takes a while for a Tolumnia to develop its buds properly. Yeah. So it's going to be a couple of weeks still for this guy, but I will show you him later on. And I also have this Tolumnia, and this one has got a name, and it's the tag is stuck here, but yeah, Tolumnia Rainbow Soft Pink it is. Yeah, it's a quite large one as well, and it flowered for me 6 months ago on this flower spike, but well, I don't think this one is going to branch, but now it's got the same size flower spike here. About 11 flowers. This will produce about 11 flowers, about the same amount of flowers as it produced last time. So yeah, and it's going to be a couple of weeks for this guy as well as the other one. And now let's see. This is the beautiful one I showed you. It's sheath not long ago, and this one is ETT. He's young your Gold Coast fireworks from Schwerter Orchideen in Germany, and it's a first time blooming. And yeah, can you see if it's focusing here? Yeah, it's a lovely one. This coloration with red and orange, and this lovely lip. But this one, when it's mature enough, it can produce a large cluster of blooms. So 2 blooms it's really not that much, but it's first time flowering, so yeah, I think that will do. And it's got a slight scent to it, not much, but a little bit of a scent at least. And this is not an orchid, but I got it a couple of days ago. I just wanted to show it to you. It's a cactus. It's a dragon fruit cactus. And I love those dragon fruits when you cut them for decorations mostly. It looks like grayish colored kiwi when you cut it up. But but they are so nice for decoration. Yeah. And so this is what a dragon fruit cactus looks like. All right, yeah. And see here. This one, I've been waiting for this one to bloom for a long time. But it's been attacked by scale, and it's been going downhill a couple of times. But now it's really progressing, and I feel this one is now it's a healthy plant again. And it's my Richara Francis Fox from Schwerter. And yeah, you cannot see any flowers, but you can surely see this sheath here on his latest cane. Yeah, it's filled with stuff. Yeah, so in a couple of weeks, I think we're gonna see some flowers for the first time on this beautiful orchid. Yeah, Richara Francis Fox. As well as this guy. It's also a lovely orchid. It's got red colored flowers with a yellow center. And it is SLC. That means Sophronidis Laelia Cattleya jewel box. I don't know if it's dark waters or whatever, but I don't think that the flowers are so dark. So, well, maybe it's just another variety, but yeah, it's producing something in here, in this sheath. Yeah, this sheath, I think it's empty still, but this one can, at the same time, it can produce flowers from sheath as well as, yeah, from down here without a sheath. So, yeah, it's a funny orchid, and it's a real vigorous one. Look at all the root growth and the plump pseudobulbs. And I had this one for a couple of years since it was a really young plant. And yeah, and it's also quite, in this sheath, the flowers can, they can be sequential. First, it comes up with 1 or 2 buds. Then it produces a couple of more buds down there. When you think that it's finished flowering, it just continues flowering and continues and continues. So once I cut the sheath, and I also cut a new bud here at the same time, because I thought it already had finished its blooming. Yeah, so this one is a lovely one. SOC jewel box. And yeah, I might as well show you this one again. This this large orchid, RTH Fushu Glory Happy Holiday from Schwerter. Yeah, and I showed you this one in my Schwerter Orkidéer haul, last haul I had. And yeah, it's been blooming now on 3 canes. This cane is finished blooming. I think it was 3 or 4 flowers. And this cane produced now, the latest cane, I think it is, produced 2 flowers. And this cane's flowers are almost going over now. Yeah, we can see here a little bit close, but yeah. But you can see when the flowers have been open for a while, the patterning, the stripes here are fading. You can see here, cannot see any stripes here, the yellow ones. But I was looking forward to its next cane to flower. But look. This is a sad, sad, sad story. Yeah, it's not broken, but it's only 1 spike, and it's a little bit deformed in there. It didn't, yeah, the sheath didn't open in time. So it was really bent, the flower spike here. But anyways, this has been a pleasure to see for quite a while now, so I'm happy with it. Anyways, so yeah, this was all from my kitchen. So I'm gonna take you on a small tour in my living room to see the other spikes as well. So now we're in my living room. Yeah, and here's a little bench I prepared with a LED light lamp for a couple of somewhat larger orchids that I didn't really have room for. Yeah, this lovely one I got from my haul, Blomsterlandet haul, not so long ago. Yeah, and it's still in bloom. As I showed you, it only had 1 flower that had opened up, And this spike is, yeah, it's starting to fade a little bit, this spike. But the other ones are still opening. And yeah, it's a lovely, lovely orchid still. And its pseudobulbs are still plump and beautiful. So yeah, it's a lovely plant. But this one, this is a spike from a Brassia rex, a species Brassia. A beautiful plant that's been growing on so nicely lately. So yeah, I gave this guy quite a lot of light this summer. A lot more light than it's, yeah, being used to getting. But what I did do was place the little beautiful flower spike under the lamp, the LED light lamp. So it, yeah, it practically just burnt it all off. So I will only get one flower from that spike. Well, you have to be careful when you're dealing with orchids. Yeah, don't be so rough. Yeah, I'm talking to myself here. Yeah, but this spike is going to produce, yeah, it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 flowers. So, yeah, it's lovely. This one hasn't been blooming for me for 1.5, 2 years now, so it's about time. And this is a good progress, it really is. And we also have this this gift orchid, this little yellow band orchid that I got not so long ago. And it's been flowering, yeah, a lot of times, as you can see. And it's also producing a little spike down there. And I think it's progressing. I was a little bit scared that it was gonna dry out for me, but I think this one is gonna develop correctly. So we can see some flowers. And I put him in a glass vase here. Yeah. And here you can see my Lucke Orchideen whole plant. My Paphiopedilum San Acteus times Lippe wonder. And yeah, this is the first flower. Looks like this. And it's yeah, it's starting to fade a little bit now. But yeah, but it's producing yet another bud here in its second fan, the smaller one. So this is lovely. I think it is. For the most part, I love this part of it. Yeah, the petals. This one looks like a common American hybrid, but yeah. But I think this one is yeah, it's not so nice anymore in its foliage, and I think it was a little bit soggy down there. I did not repot it, but I think the media is really breaking down for me. Yeah, but it will be okay. Let's have faith in this, and yeah, let's move forward to my window here. Up here, what I noticed yesterday evening is my Bulbophyllum medusae, what do you call it? Medusae, yeah. It's, this medusa is a woman from ancient history with snakes, white snakes from growing out of her head like hair. So, I think that's what this guy's got his name from. But it's the first time blooming for this one. And, yeah. Brandorff Orchidee, and I got this one from 1.5 years ago at an orchid show. Really nice. Bulbophyllum medusae. And I also saw a little spike here on my yellow Vanda with brown spots. I don't know its name, if it's got a name or not, but yeah, that's nice. It's lovely, isn't it? As well as I saw this one, this little Brassia Schiloptokian that I got from a Blomsterlandet SE, and yeah, it only produced one flower on its on the new spike. The other one's dried in, or dried off, what do you call it? But still, it's blooming. As well as this one produced a couple of flowers again. And this one is Metonia Sunset. It really did produce some new flowers. Yeah, a couple of months later. from its last flowering. So yeah, that's nice. It's a nice splash. And I also got this, let's see, yeah, here it is. It's, yeah, Phalaenopsis Joy Fairy Tale. As I showed you this summer, I think. Yeah, it's got a flower spike, new flower spike, as well as it's got its old flower spike. Yeah, still, yeah. But, so we're gonna see some flowers before long. Yeah, there's another spike coming up here from the apex. Look here. So this guy's got 3 flower spikes on it right now, so. Yeah, it's gonna be an amazing flowering with at least 2 flower spikes blooming at the same time, so. Yeah, good progress. Yeah, I'm happy indeed. Yeah, look here. And we also got this lovely one. It's a little bit difficult to film in here, but this is Phalaenopsis schilleriana. Yeah, it's a lovely sized orchid from Hans Christiansen in Denmark. Yeah, look at the size of the flower spike. Last year, I snapped it. It was supposed to give me about 20 flowers, I saw. And I happened to snap it, and it only produced 3 flowers. But this one is going to be better. I think it's going to be, I think the flower spike is going to grow on a little bit more, a little bit longer before it produces all its buds. So this is going to be a keeper. A lovely one to show you before long. Yeah, but I'm not finished yet. I still got to show you something here. Yeah, Cochleada. Prostechia cochleada. It's got buds as well. 4 to start with. But this one is a sequential bloomer, so it will continue blooming for many months now. So yeah, this one is a really, really rewarding plant to have. I can tell you that. The flowers aren't that spectacular, this octopus-like flowers, but in return you will give it will give you a long time flowering indeed. Yeah, and let's see what's left. Here. It's another Cattleya. It's no ID Cattleya. It's one from my adopted Cattleyas, but it's got sheath. And it's filling up the sheath. Quite a few of them as well. So this one is going to be funny to identify, to see what it really is. As you can see, the canes here looks a little bit like Encyclia canes. Here's a real Encyclia prismaticarpa. Look at the canes. And look here. And look at the sheath. And look at my prismaticarpa's sheath. So I think this is a kind of epic Encyclia or whatever. We shall see. Time will tell. Yeah. And now let's move over to my other stand here. This one is, what's its name here? It's from my Brazilian import. It's Cattleya pedra da Gavea flammea. Recently converted into semi-hydro. And look what happened. Yeah, it's producing buds. So, in a couple of weeks I can show you this one. I didn't think it would flower for me. Not since all it's been through. I mean, look at the leaves. And it's also now been repotted into semi-hydro. So, yeah, it's a survival thing, I think it is. When a plant goes downhill, yeah, it would do everything in its power to survive, I think. Yeah. I think this is it for now. And, yeah, I will show you the flowers before long. I almost forgot this one. This is Bulbophyllum from my first Lucke Orchideen haul. Bulbophyllum Arfecianum green times grandiflorum. And when I tried to water it today, and look what I found. This is not a new growth, this is a flower spike. You can see the shape of it, as the flowers should look like a leaf. So, and I think that one, the little guy there, is also a flower spike. So, yeah, rewarding plant indeed. Oh, already from the start. And I also forgot to show you this white Phalaenopsis that never seemed to stop flowering. And it's producing some more buds here, so, well, it's a vigorous one, and yeah, it's still fighting its spider mites, so it's gonna drop that leaf, but yeah, but it's a progress, I think. Oh, I almost forgot to show you this orchid as well. It's the newly purchased orchid, green Cattleya Fuchs Orange Nugget, and it had a teeth, and it still has, but now it's filling it up. Can you see? Down there. Yeah, it's just progressing its bud here, but there's something in there that's gonna grow on to a lovely flower before long. Yeah. So, thank you so much for watching today. Yeah, and I hope you having a good time, and that you stay safe, and that you are enjoying your orchids today. See you soon. Take care. Bye bye.